Welcome to Beyond Just Money by Kalkinemedia, an independent global media house and investor relations group. Please note that this podcast is for information purposes only. It is not a solicitation or recommendation to buy, sell, or hold the stocks of any companies or engage in any investment activity under discussion. Kalkinemedia is neither licensed nor qualified to provide investment advice through this platform. Hello and welcome to Beyond Just Money with me, Samta. And today I have with me the head of content of Kalkinemedia, Nidhi, to discuss the pros and cons of using social media in the healthcare space. As you know, in times of crisis, social media takes on a greater significance as it can offer every minute detail to the customers. So Nidhi, do you think social media can be channelized in a constructive way to help the healthcare sector?
Thanks, Samta. And yes, the combination of social media and the healthcare sector is a powerful one. Social media platforms have established massive global networks that spread crucial information in the blink of an eye, and this helps mobilize many people to achieve public health goals. Social networks have actually become a significant health resource not only for the millennials but also for the elderly. Prudent use of social networking sites and platforms in the healthcare sector can in fact help promote individual and public health in a big way. As of now, social media has a plethora of applications for both the patients as well as the healthcare personnel, and it can help in many constructive ways. I'll give you an example. Patients can find reviews for doctors that they are planning to consult and even find support for various indications through these platforms. More importantly, in times of crisis like the one we are going through right now due to COVID, the significance of social media gets accentuated as it conveys every minute detail to the customers. For example, during the current ongoing pandemic, hospitals and other organizations are delivering real-time updates on hospital capacity, operation status, even emergency room access, and other crucial information through these platforms.
Right, Nidhi. And what are the kind of techno tools that the healthcare sector is adopting now?
If I talk about following the trend, physicians and other healthcare service providers have quickly implemented techno tools for communication. Besides, doctors and hospitals have been using social resources to engage patient-centered audience and point out some valuable solutions. The healthcare industry, which basically includes your pharmaceutical players, medical device manufacturers, health systems, and even hospitals and physicians, is progressively discovering ways to use social media platforms to benefit patients, the general public, as well as colleagues. Healthcare service providers can use social media to improve health outcomes massively. It can even be used to enhance personal awareness of news and discoveries, build a professional network, and motivate patients as well. Physicians often join online communities to listen to the experts and explore the latest medical developments in the field, and even to consult with colleagues regarding patient issues. On top of that, physicians can use social media platforms for the promotion of patient healthcare education, which is a must.
With that being said, what could be the possible benefits and risks associated with the use of social media platforms in the healthcare sector?
Well, the first benefit is that social media platforms can offer an opportunity to connect with a potential clinical study and survey participants. With the increasing use of social media platforms, investigators are exploring new techniques to use them in research. Also, these platforms are emerging as a promising way to identify and recruit potential participants for clinical trials. Coming to the second benefit, social media platforms do help address common questions. Government, health authorities, and other organizations in the healthcare sector are actually a valuable source of information about all kinds of concerns related to health. Not just that, the platforms also help in increasing awareness. Social media is an essential tool to increase public awareness about new and emerging health concerns. Sometimes spreading awareness is as simple as, informing about common health practices or focusing on some common healthy living concerns. But in a fast-changing environment, social media plays a crucial role in ensuring that the community is aware of the latest advisories, guidelines, and the prevailing issues. Lastly, it is a very cost-effective way of marketing. Social media can be instrumental in the marketing of healthcare services in a big way, as healthcare players can advertise the services and products they offer on these platforms.
Certainly, but with benefits come risks as well. So, what are the limitations and risks of social media in the healthcare sector?
Absolutely, limitations and risks certainly need to be looked at. When it comes to health related facts, one of the major limitations posed by social media is its credibility. It actually becomes difficult to sift through a plethora of information available online and tell right from wrong, especially in this age of fake news. Quality and reliability issues need to be taken care of while trusting social media for health related communication. Social media also poses many risks for healthcare organizations themselves, and that could affect the safety and security of employment practices, patient information, patient consent, and other such aspects. The extensive use of social media platforms has given birth to new legal complexities as well. Besides, several constitutional rights can be employed to social media use, including freedom from search and seizure, the right to privacy, and of course, the freedom of speech.
Are there any risks to the healthcare professionals as well?
Well, the inappropriate utilization of social media could adversely impact healthcare professionals' credentials. Moreover, the US licensing authorities had reported several professional violations by healthcare professionals themselves, which resulted in severe disciplinary action. Further, the digital medium for obtaining healthcare services raised several questions regarding the quality of the diagnosis. Sometimes any negative feedback during the social media marketing may actually demotivate the newbies and they can get offended by such responses. Any direct consultation with patients then has a high probability of violating the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. Hence, many healthcare professionals do feel reluctant to get into social media marketing and prefer to stay away from it, really.
Well, with this, we have reached to the end of our show. Any concluding notes or takeaway that you have for our listeners today?
So the bottom line I would say is, both pros and cons are associated with the use of social media in the healthcare sector. The wise and prudent use of social networking sites and platforms can go a long way in promoting individual as well as public health. However, the careless use of these platforms may have a significant impact on the healthcare sector. So that is all from my side. Thank you, Samta.
Thank you so much, Nidhi, for sharing your insights with the listeners today. It was indeed a very interesting topic. To listen to this podcast again, please log on to our website, which is kalkinemedia.com, or you could also go on our YouTube channel. Our listeners are requested to make their own inquiries about any investments, and Kalkine Media strongly suggests that the listeners seek advice from a financial advisor, stockbroker, or other professionals as necessary. Kalkine Media hereby disclaims any and all the liabilities to any listener arising from any use of the information shared, discussed in this podcast. This podcast is available for personal and non-commercial use only. Well, until we see you next with yet another insightful episode of Beyond Trust Money, this is me, Samta, saying goodbye, and as we always say, stay apprised and invest wise with Kalkine.